Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going over the new or recent issue about the duplication glitch that has been affecting the game's economy a little bit too much, so let's get over it. Alright, so the issue is not exactly new, just like the one I brought last week wasn't new, but it is new in a sense. So this duplication glitch is not the same that was going on months ago, but as they managed to fix that one and things got, quiet ever since. But since patch 9, things changed, so a new duplication glitch came up and people have been using and abusing this glitch, which is affecting the game's economy, and things have been quite serious. So you probably noticed that other content creators have been talking about this issue, not as in promoting or advertising the glitch in any way, but just talking about this because it's important to discuss what is going on and how can we make it better. And a small note for you as a preview, I will first tell you what's going on in the game in case you are not so familiar with the issue, and then I will be giving you my honest opinion on what you can do to make things better, because there is a lot you can do, even though you might think, hey, but I'm just a player, I can't do much, but Bethesda has to fix it. You're right, they have to fix it, and they will at some point. But when? That's the question. They might fix it tomorrow with patch 9.5, or they might fix it next week, next month. We don't know when it's going to happen. So meanwhile, we can do something, and we should. I will tell you in a little bit what you can do. But for now, let's start with what's going on. And I'm going to quote Rifle Gaming from his video about the situation. To make it short, there has been a new duplication glitch that was discovered and passed on to the entire community, and since then a lot of people have been abusing the glitch to duplicate as many items as they want, and this has pretty much just dropped the value of most items, especially the rare ones. Now, this shouldn't be a big surprise for anyone, because people can duplicate basically any items they want right now, and what you think they will go for? Of course, they will go for the rare items, armor, weapons, costumes, anything that they can put their hands on and duplicate. This of course means that there will be an influx, a big one, of items, as it has been happening lately, and of course the prices will also get lower, otherwise they won't be able to sell anything. It's the very basic rules of economy, really. So as you can see in this footage here, I caught a bot, a level 3 guy, selling around 100 armor pieces. Most of them were 2 to 3 stars with really good stats. I actually got one because I was full in caps and I needed a few items to max my daily SCRIP. But look at the list, it's just insane. And who can't get their ideal armor or weapons right now with such exploiters and bots selling basically anything for such low prices? But prices are really not the worst problem here. I think what's even worse than the prices being dragged down is the fact that there are some items in game that are extremely rare, and I think the Fasnacht masks are just the best example here, because they were supposed to be a very rare item. They were only available on the Fasnacht event, which is seasonal, and it happens once a year. So now if you wanted to get it, you would have to wait for next year or whenever Bethesda decides to bring the event up again. But with this glitch, it's becoming an ordinary item, they're just duplicating the masks, and you can find it everywhere in almost every shop these days. And for how much? 100 caps? What's 100 caps, guys? Come on. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point, and the same is happening for weapons and armor pieces that are extremely difficult to find or get in game. But with this duplication bug, it's like, you know, bloodied weapons are like, I saw shops with over 10 bloodied weapons at once. I mean, I never got one in my entire gameplay experience, not a single one. And these people is, you know, one person selling 10. Are you serious? I'm laughing, but this is not really funny, you know. So I'm going to quote Juice Head on this one because he kind of shares, or I share my opinion with him. So I think it makes sense to quote him in this one. So according to Juice Head, just a day or two of this duplication glitch would be enough to mass produce a lot of these rare items in game, and this would certainly affect or harm the end game economy. Well, I think it's a bit too late for this quote at this point because it has already happened, all of it. But hey, it's still a very relevant and on-topic quote. So thank you, Juice Head, for predicting the future and for also predicting that rare items like the Fasnacht masks would become quite ordinary due to so much duplication. Okay, so now that you know what's going on with this new duplication glitch and the entire economy of Fallout 76 basically going to hell, it's time to move on to what can we do to make things better, right? So first of all, why are people glitching? Well, they're basically, you know, it's all about greed and power. People want to be more powerful, they want to have the best items in the game, they want to be super pro and cool and I don't know what, and that's normal, it's part of human nature. But guys, think with me, if you are all going to duplicate items, you will soon reach end content, all of it. There won't be more for you to get until Bethesda releases new gear. So you are basically finishing the game for yourself by cheating. You will also risk getting banned. We know for a matter of fact that people who used glitching exploits in the past got banned in a lot of hassle, and you might be getting yourself into this sort of situation by choosing to duplicate items. Anyway, let's move on to a few more quotes from other YouTubers that I had a chance to talk in private, and they allowed me to share their opinions here with you guys. While a funnel renderer thinks that the game will be much shorter by duplicating items, which makes perfect sense, you will also be making the servers more unstable by acting or engaging in these activities to duplicate items. And let's be honest, sometimes it's quite heavy for the servers. In fact, with the older duplication glitch, I remember that the servers used to lag out, sometimes even crash when people were duplicating items with their friends. So yes, this is a reminder of the past. So guys, be responsible and just say no. Another YouTuber, Captainoob, thinks that this whole situation of the duplication glitch will lead to stuff being nerfed just for the simple fact that OP or higher god tier weapons will be everywhere. And it's already happening. I mean, just look at bloodied weapons. They are everywhere and you just don't get it if you don't want it, pretty much, because you can easily find them in player vendor shops now. And for really cheap prices now compared to 1 or 2 weeks ago. Alright, so let's finally get to the point of the things you can do to manage this situation a little bit, or at least try and make things better. So my first choice here is clearly to say no to all of these cheating processes. whether you're doing it or whether you're just buying it, you know. So first of all, you should say, no, I'm not going to cheat, for several reasons. You can just pick one of the reasons I have provided you in this video. But that's not the only thing. You can also choose not to buy from bots or cheaters, or when you understand that items are clearly not legit. You know, if you see 10 bloodied weapons in a vendor, I mean, do you think that's legit? So let me present you 5 things that I really think everyone should be doing right now. If you care for the game, at least. If you don't, you know, then you shouldn't be watching this video, I think. Point number 1, simply don't buy duplicated items, or if you do, at least script them, or scrap them for SCRIP in this case. So I'm not saying that the people here are scrippers, glitchers, cheaters. I'm just saying that something doesn't seem too right with their shops, but I don't have enough proof to say or accuse them of such things. So this is a small disclaimer. I'm not calling you a cheater. I'm just saying that maybe something is not too right with these shops. Anyway, some of the main indicators that you might be dealing with a cheater or glitcher shop is strange bot names with a lot of numbers, low level characters, small shops that are not really houses, just, you know, vending machines on top of foundations, near train stations. Also, if they're selling lots of high-end gear and junk, ammo, things that you can easily farm. And also if they are setting really cheap prices for not so common items like bloodied weapons. If you come across extreme or shameless cases of exploiting, then you should report the player to Bethesda, let them investigate and decide if the player is actually duplicating items, if it's a bot, if it's doing something that is not legal in the game. So just go ahead to your main menu and access social, then go to recent, and you should be able to see all the names of the players in your server. Then just go and click in the player's name and choose the last option, report player, and then you should select cheating or exploit as the report reason. That's pretty much everything you have to do to be responsible and proactive in the Fallout 76 community when you come across a potential cheater. Another thing that you can do or should do to help the entire situation here is to simply say no to any type or form of duplication. So whether you are thinking about duplicating items, just say no, or if a friend or someone in game that you know wants your help for duplicating items, then say no as well. I mean, if they get upset at you, then you should probably ask yourself if that person is really your friend and if it's worth your time. I mean, come on, most people who play Fallout 76 are not exactly in the kindergarten, so you should be able to make your own decisions and enjoy the game, not worry about getting banned or, you know, people getting upset because you don't want to duplicate items. I think I'm getting my point across pretty well. Another thing that is really helpful is to stay away from third-party websites that sell bot caps and items, all sorts of items from legendaries to junk, because they basically use characters, bots that farm, and then they sell the items for in real life currency. Crazy, right? So if you can, please stay away from all of these shady businesses, because it doesn't help anyone but these companies that are making money out of pretty much illegal stuff. I'm not sure how it all happens or it's even allowed, but I know that I always stay away from it, and you should too. Now, if any content creator is watching me, you guys should step up and say no to these shady companies that want to buy you out and use your viewers to profit. Come on, look how desperate this guy is. I get daily messages from different companies asking to sponsor and partner me. And they barely ask you, or me in this case, to do anything. They just want me to post their logo and their link. And, you know, I might never get you any profits. And they don't care. They are just investing, throwing money at YouTubers. Why do you think that happens? Because they just want visibility and they know that people will buy from them if us YouTubers actually promote them. That's pretty much their goal. So my honest opinion here, supporting or agreeing to these sponsorships, is pretty much the same as supporting duplicators, glitchers, bots, and so on. And that's the reason, or the reasons, that I have said no to every single one of them. Well, now you should know what to do when you encounter glitchers. At least I hope so, with all these points I have just presented you. Anyway, we're going to move on to the last discussion, which is basically my opinion on the best 3 solutions that Bethesda should implement in the future to fix and prevent duplication glitch from happening again. So I will use 2 last codes from Captainoob and a final render about their opinions on what Bethesda should do as well. And then I will proceed to my own opinion and we will conclude the video. I know it's getting a bit too long, but I need to say all of these things. I want to. So I hope you enjoy the rest. Let's move on. Final render best advice to everyone out there who wants to make this entire situation better is to be the good guy and be honest when you play. I couldn't agree more with him, because if you do this, then you're doing a lot for Fallout 76 already. If you take your time to actually spot on someone who might be not so legit and report them, let Bethesda investigate, you are already doing a lot. So thank you, Final Render, for collaborating and sharing your opinion with me. Captainoob's opinion on the entire matter is that the cap level should be increased to turn every duplicated item obsolete. I also agree with him on this one, but I also think that Bethesda should add more legendary effects and provide further content for the game, in which the cap level would be one of them. It would be pretty much, you know, one feature and solving 2 issues at once. So I think it's a really good idea. Thank you very much, Captainoob, for sharing your thoughts with us. The most effective rule or feature to control this sort of glitches would be an ID tag number, in my opinion. So I think that should be number 1's priority for Bethesda to solve this issue at once and for all. I know it's quite heavy in the servers, it's a lot of data to process, but if every single item has an ID tag, then it would be so much easier for them to actually understand which items have been duplicated and simply remove them from the game when it happens. Number 2 is about something that I already said I agree with, which is basically increasing the level cap to whatever Bethesda thinks it's best, because then it would force people to farm for new items. Also, legendary effects would work pretty well, because it would, you know, all the old items would be quite useless since there are new ones and more powerful stats to farm for. So that would be a solution, and also an incentive to play more or to return to the game if you are not really playing right now. And the final solution that I got is pretty much a punishment for people who are breaking the rules of the game. It happened in the past, and I'm very certain that it will happen again. So please get rid of all these bots and glitches that are ruining the game's economy and also destroying the game experience for many other players out there. Alright, and with that I will conclude today's video. I know it has been a long one, but I really wanted to discuss this topic as much as I could, and I think it turned out okay. It was also my first collaboration video with other content creators, and thank you for the two of the people that I talked to in private. As for the other two, I didn't talk to them, I just got the codes from their videos, and I will link all their video on YouTube as well as their channels down below, so make sure to check the description if you want to know where the codes from for Juicehead and Rifle Gaming, and for the other two I will link their channels, and that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new around and you would like to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe down below. It will help me grow a lot. So thank you in advance. Also, if you would like to go a little bit further, then make sure to check my new Patreon page. I have tiers there for everyone. I made sure to, you know, go from one extreme to the other. So make sure to check all of these things. And as usual, I will see you in the next video. No, I have something else to say. Tomorrow there is going to be a new patch, and I very much hope Bethesda is going to give us some news about this issue, because it's quite sad for me to log in game, check the vending machines, and I just see all these duplicated items and the prices and the bots, and I'm like, oh no, please make it stop. Yeah, so for real now, I'm Marta Branco. Thank you guys for watching, for all your support. You have been amazing, and I will really see you in the next video. Adios. Bye bye.